Good evening and welcome to the late edition of Warhammer Wednesdays. I am your Games Master Jim, and this is my party of brave and foolish adventurers. We shall start this week. It's Once Upon a Time in the Old World. I missed that bit out. We shall start this week with Aaron.
Hey everybody, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Hagen, the Hammerless Ritter von Delbers, the Sergeant Templar of the Order of the White Wolf, recently slightly corrupted follower of Ulrich, who had a rough time last week.
Okay, we'll move to Ilmarin Dan.
Good evening all. I am Dan and I'm playing Ilmarin, the naked dancing elf.
Excellent. Mordek Dan.
Hey up, boy gone. It be I, Mordek, the Dowie. Best Dowie accent this side of the internet.
I have to jump in and say you are slowly becoming Mordek with your big beard. Yeah. Excellent. And last but not least, it's our favourite pistolier, Roger.
Hi, I'm Roger, and I'm playing Johan von Erfinder, the human master engineer. And he's also rather good at making tea.
Absolutely. So, last week we had a bit of a fight with a hag and her undead defiled shrine. I think a few people got badly injured or along the way. Ilmarin definitely got a few wounds. And you've left the shrine. Hagen managed to reconsecrate it or get rid of the taint from it with he's managed to lose a pound and find a penny. He's lost his hammer. Hammerzite is missing but not gone forever, presumably. And he's gained quite a nice a holy symbol of Ulrich. But yeah, the group finally got out of the cavern. I believe you are now. You have the wild spring water. Did you get anything else?
Well, before we left the area, could we have got the weed? Because we were told that was
arrowroot.
That's the one.
Yeah, the arrowroot, and you need some petals from a filth flower.
Which is the other side, isn't it?
Yeah,
The other side of the moot.
it was in the boggy area, so you need to go to. There is some filth flowers up in these hills, but they're in the bog area, sort of thing. And last but not least, a conch nut, but you can get one of them from virtually anywhere. Okay, so the cave is behind you. The sun hits your face. It's not raining. What would you like to do?
So before Hagen leaves the area completely, he turns back to the entrance to the cave and he puts a shallow cut in each of his palms and he presses them together and he presses them to the sides of the cave entrance. And he says this prayer to Ulrich. I anoint myself with the blood of Ulrich, that I should not fear to bleed. I pledge myself to Ulrich's work, that I shall not fear to suffer. I give myself to Ulrich, that I shall not fear to die. And with that, he turns back to Johan and gives him back his sword. He goes, I've seen a vision from Ulrich, and until I can put my hands upon one of his blessed weapons, only my claws and teeth will I wield in our defense.
That sounds most unpractical.
Yeah, you'll just be met with a raised eyebrow from Johan.
Ilmarin said, that sounds most unpractical.
It's the bidding of the Wolf Father. When we return to the moot, I will take up a great axe to honor Blitzbiel, Ulrich's axe, until such time as he deems me worthy enough to once again wield Hammerzite.
In the distance, you can hear the owl of a wolf. Only you, though, Hagen. And you feel closer to Ulrich than you ever have been. Everybody else thinks he's gone slightly mad.
Ilmarin's definitely made that assessment. But then Ilmarin has been deemed mad on many occasions himself. So
Roger just looks concerned.
Yeah, Johan is probably rather concerned for Hagen.
Ilmarin's not concerned for Hagen, but Ilmarin's concerned for his own safety. Because Hagen is normally the one that they stand behind heroically. And without a hammer, that seems, or any kind of weapon, seems less likely to work for us now.
Let us return to the moot. Let us return to the knight LaRue. Let him know what we have done here. And then I will take up an axe and we shall continue our journey.
So be it.
So where are you heading for? You heading back to forgot the name of the village now, Green Mill? Or are you going back to the house on that Lord LaRue was at?
I imagine we would probably return and report to Lord LaRue, even though Ilmarin does not want to do that in any way, shape, or form.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, but I think his the mayor's house is on the way back. We'll get there before we get to the town. So
I think you're right. I think we literally pass it, heading back towards the roads and whatnot.
Okay, so you're going to head towards the house, yeah?
Yes. However, Ilmarin would like to rest a little bit before we go.
Okay.
yeah,
Not in the woods, but maybe out on an outcrop on a hill, so we can have good clear sight.
You have got to go to the sort of boggy area, or you could. There is a bog near Green Mill. It's up to you. So you can go looking for the bog up in the hills here. Obviously,
Ilmarin would probably suggest that's not a wise course of action. We're looking probably all as a party, probably all looking a little bit worse for wear, other than Johan.
I've got a bruise somewhere.
Yeah, obviously, it's in Ilmarin's self-interest of survival and living and whatnot, but he's going to make it out like he cares about the rest of the party and be like, I think we should potentially move on to somewhere where we can rest and then make our way to the bogs nearer to Green Mill, where we've had time to rest and recuperate and rearm our dear friend Hagen. You know, hate to come across something in the bogs here and be ill-equipped to deal with it.
We should be able to at least get hold of an axe at Green Mill.
I'll speak with the Lord LaRue or the smith in Greenville about acquiring an axe.
Perhaps it would be best to obtain one from the smith before we return to see Lord LaRue, just in case.
And what are we doing with the talking head?
We need to bring that with us. We need to find out what it knows.
We've gagged it, haven't we?
Yes, we did, but it's probably like in the bag or something like that, isn't it?
I'll take great care in trusting anything it says.
Okay.
I don't trust anything that any servant of the ruinous powers would tell me.
So what are you doing with the head?
It's in a
gagging
bag.
it and stuffing it in a bag.
Okay.
Ilmarin's changing his clothes as well because these other ones have clearly got very dirty. Ilmarin does not like to be dirty, so he's cleaned himself up inside the cave in the waters.
Where you are, you're near to the cave now, and it's quite a sheltered area where you are. It'd be ideal to set a fire here and have a bit of a rest if that's what you need.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Set a fire in the cave mouth and
And Ilmarin would use the wildwoods to wash himself down and have nice new clean clothes on.
Okay.
The waters make excellent tea.
I bet they do.
So, are you putting a watch out, or?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, I'll take first watch. You guys get some rest.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that sounds.
Could you roll me a D10, Roger, please?
Four.
Okay. So your watch goes absolutely with no incident whatsoever.
Excellent. I'm just going to assume that Mordek is next and wake him.
I'll be getting up and have my watch.
Wake the elf when you're done, and then I'll go get some kip.
Okay. Would you like to roll me a d10, please, Mordek?
Sure. Wrong way. What is it?
You need
It's
a
the-
space after the slash.
Yeah, do the
You always
slash
need
roll.
a space after a slash. Do you do
No,
another
you do-
space?
Do the slash first. Slash roll 1d10.
Oh,
I did it wrong
slash.
too.
Oh, like Roger did, yeah. Slash on your roll.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's what I did. So why is it not working?
You put a space in between the slash and the roll.
Roger's like, I'll just deal with this. Doesn't good.
Okay.
Just
Okay, yeah,
copy
we'll
and
just do
paste
that.
what I put after like this.
Okay. Where are we? Okay. So you're sitting there and the hairs on the back of your head go up. You're sort of, you're convinced that there's something watching you and you keep turning around, you can't see anything. Make me a perception roll, please.
I'd rather go wake the elf
Okay.
so he can look because my perception is rubbish. So I'll give him a kick. Ah, hey up, you pointy-eared lassie boy. Went a bit Scottish then. Hey up, there'll be something out there watching us. Tell us what those poncy eyes see.
Oh, for Ilmarin, where he's been kicked. Ilmarin's pretty sore at the moment. He's just been kicked.
Oh, my goodness.
What happened there?
Okay. You notice that there's quite a large spider at your
Spider-Man
feet.
out the tree.
Yeah. And it bites you, but it bites into the really armored part of your shoe. Yeah. And it sort of hovers back a little bit as though it's hurt itself.
I take it I don't need to roll a perception roll now.
No, you just seen this. It's a big spider. It's like a tarantula, but a little bit bigger, probably like a bird-eating spider. But yeah, it looked like it reared up and bit Mordek's boot.
Mordek, you woke me up for a spider. Do I need to tell everyone how brave you're being?
Oh,
Why don't you go check and see if there are any others?
Oh, are you scared to go back out and watch?
No,
is this
I'm
what's
going to
happening?
kill this one and take a
Okay.
slap at it.
Okay.
so you notice that there's one. You move your hand just as it's about to bite you, as you're sort of like sitting up.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God, spiders. Ugh. I'm going to do a perception check to see if there's any more spiders, because apparently Mordek seems very unhappy about spiders.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want my dwarf friend to be. I successfully make a perception.
Yeah, it looks like there's two of them, both sort of same size. Look a bit rough and ready. Look like they're up for a fight.
Mordek,
But acting quite aggressively.
Mordek, I can see only two of them. I'm sure you can handle spiders.
What bad if it tries to poison me?
You're a dwarf with dwarven constitution. Do you even suffer from poisoning? I mean, I know you suffer from alcohol poisoning because you couldn't handle that drink back in the old back in Greenmill. But you know what? I'll stay awake if you can't handle the spiders. Then the elf will come to the rescue. All right.
The one that's by his foot, I'm going to kick it onto him.
Okay, roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Oh, good,
Yeah.
because my agility's rubbish. I am not at 3 advantage. Let's get rid of that. Why is it? Oh. That's better. Not charging.
Yeah, you're kicking a spider, right, Marin?
There you go. Have it.
76.
It's going to try and dodge out of the way.
Almost.
It doesn't really help it, really, does it? So, how much damage do you do, Master Dwarf?
Is unarmed strength minus something? Strength minus 4 or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm happy. I'm happy with him not using the unarmored because he's kicking it with a big pair of hobnail boots, which he's got to work the same as a fucking hammer or something. Pardon my French.
Oh, going to be
11.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This spider comes flying towards you. Can you make me a dodge roll, please, Ilmarin?
Sure thing. Adjust.
Okay. You sort of turn away, and instead of smacking you straight in the mush, it sort of hits you at the side of the head here, and it's basically splattered.
Oh, sorry. Did I get your nice clean clothes dirty?
No, but my hair is ruined. That was very childish, Mordek. Just go deal with the other spider. Big old scaredy cat. And then Marin goes over to the wild waters to clean his hair a second time.
I'll attack the other one.
Okay.
Right. This one
I
I'm
can't believe Hagen and Johan are missing this show.
Hagen's deeply asleep, contemplating the winter winds.
This one I'm gonna twat with my axe.
Okay.
Is X is 63, 65. Oh, what happened there?
Nothing.
Why did it not work?
There you go. Oh my
Have
god.
it. It's a very dead spider.
What critical did you do? I'm not even going to roll, by the way. So, damaged archery. Well, yeah, it would do, being as you've like cleaved it in two. Yeah, it's definitely bleeding condition.
Mm.
Yeah, it's got
Is
a
it dead?
splattered condition.
Is it dead?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so while he's off washing himself, I'm gonna put it in his sleeping bag.
Okay.
This is how we deal with trauma.
Okay.
Do I hear or see him doing this?
Probably.
You've gone to wash your hair, are you?
I'm an elf with acute senses. I think I can handle doing more than one thing at once, Jim.
Well, yeah, okay. You hear the smash of some sort of weapon, and then you hear a chuckling dwarf.
Oh yeah,
Marin's definitely gonna know that something's up.
In fact, you've not heard Mordek laugh like this since he had the ogre's todger off.
Yeah, Marin's going to assume that he's done something horrible and horrifying. Something amusing, Mordek? Marin's come back with like wet hair.
Mordek, he can't hide the laughter. It's kind of like, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Jim, is there a trail of goo towards my bed?
Well, to be perfectly fair, your bed is covered in quite a bit of goo anyway from this spider that sort of smacked you in the mush. Side of the face. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there was all sorts of spider ichor all over your bed anyway. So, but only on the top of it.
Okay. And does it? And is there now a bump in the bed sheet?
No, not really. Not that you'd notice.
Okay. Imarin is watching Mordek, and he's slowly approaching his bed. And Imarin knows that the dwarf has done something. So first
he's Mordek can't hide it.
So first he checks his pillow, and just like checking around the pillow, and then he's going to lift up the bed cover. And what do I see, Mordek, as I lift up the bed cover?
At which point, there'll be a sort of half gutted, half bleeding out spider spread on the inside of your bed sheet.
Yeah, it has been wiped up and down.
Now we will let out a rumbling laugh. It'll probably wake everyone else up.
Imarin just like glares at you and is like, "This is not how we deal with our problems, Mordek. Okay? If
Ain't
you're
be any
scared,
alcohol around. Ain't be any alcohol around. This is how I'm dealing with my problems.
Surely you have spiders underground.
Well, they'd be bigger and nastier than this little thing.
Then why did you get scared of it?
I thought there might be more. I ain't no scared of no pointy-eared, pointy-legged arachnid. I say, I ain't no scared of no arachnid.
I mean, you woke me up to come and save you, so.
I woke you up to go use those pointy-eared eyes of yours.
Pointy-eared eyes. You know what, Mordek? You're a poet. You're so eloquent.
Yes.
But what I'm going to do now, and all of a sudden, you see Ilmarin drag his bed sheets over, and he steals your bed sheets and walks up with them. You may smell bad.
Are you really sure you want to do that?
You may smell bad, but there's no goo in here.
Oh, there's going to be a rustle.
Ilmarin actually thinks better of it and just goes, sits near the fire and meditates instead of.
I was looking forward to Roger and Aaron being woke up as you two are rolling around the floor.
I think in a wrestling match, I think Mordek definitely has the advantage. So, yes, anyway, I'm going to go sit elsewhere and by the fire and meditate rather than sleep.
Okay. Your watch time is over, Mordek.
Where's the elf's turn next anyway?
Okay, I stand up and I go on to watch.
Okay.
I'll go and sleep peacefully.
That's what you think.
Yeah, well, no, I know the elf is above such things. He wouldn't retaliate. He would come down to my level, literally.
He absolutely would. Jim, are there any of the dead spider carcasses left anywhere?
No, but
There's still one in my bedsheet though, right?
You could go hunting for some sort of creature.
No. I just need the one that's in my bedsheet. So when Mordek is like deeply, deeply asleep, and he's a dwarf, so he's definitely going to be deeply asleep. Imaran's going to nudge him a few times to make sure he doesn't wake up, and then Imaran's going to get his sword and use it to carry the spider and put it on Mordek's face. And then he's just going to leave it there, leaking on Mordek's face, and then go back on to watch.
So you're attempting to buckaroo a spider on Mordek's face?
Gently, yeah.
Okay.
I'm deft. I've got
Well,
this.
I'd like you to make me a hit roll.
A hit roll or an athletics roll?
It'd surely be dexterity for doing that.
Yeah, dexterity. It's got to be the ultimate sort of hard.
Oh man, why would you do this to me? No.
So, Mordek, you wake up as an elf is gone. He's holding his dagger and he's pushing a spider. You wake up to this dagger sticking in the side of your face. It's just pierced your face slightly as he fell off balance and stabbed you in the face. You don't take a proper wound, but he's standing over you with a knife and a spider on it.
And while you're staring at him, he just finishes pushing it off onto your face and walks off.
Yeah, as you're lying there, the spider sort of lands on your nose.
It's fine.
Don't
Mordex will laugh. And make a pointed comment about high elf values not being so high, and stooping down to Dowie level.
Ilmarian mostly grew up in the old world, so he's not quite as refined as most high elves. And then,
Clearly.
Jim, I will return to be seriously on watch.
Bunch of forest goblins have managed to sneak into the
Yeah,
camp.
I turn around, there's like an
Everyone else
ambush.
is
Like,
dead.
damn it.
Okay. So, Hagen, it becomes your turn to do the last couple of hours of the watch, and it goes without incident. And it's morning. A nice morning again. The sun is shining.
Not having much luck at the moment.
Hagen wakes everyone up, stretches, kneels, takes the holy symbol of Ulrich, makes his morning prayers, gets ready to march back to deal with the Lord LaRue and see about the next leg of our journey.
How do you do the rest thing?
The little
There's a
red
button right above
your
wounds.
wounds, yeah.
Oh, great.
Ah, smashing.
It's all right. I failed terribly. That's what I needed.
I can do a heal check on you this morning.
No, Myron wouldn't allow that.
I will.
Okay.
If you want to
All
go
right.
Yeah,
do
if
one for me.
if anyone wants me to look them over, I can.
Oh, yeah, if I can get looked over, that'd be great.
I healed you back for 7.
Oh, that's great.
Does Hagen
I'll
need
actually-
looking at?
That actually
No,
put me up to
he's
full
back.
anyway.
Hagen's back to full now
Yeah, I'm
after
back
the
to
night's
full as well.
rest.
Have we still got that permanent loss of wound?
I would assume
Jim.
so.
No.
Ah, fantastic.
I imagine we probably head on our way then.
Okay, so you set off, and it's a nice day. The visibility is great. You can see quite far in front of you and all around you as you head on the sort of high hills. And you make good time, better time than you made on the way here. And as night falls, you can see the manor house in the distance.
Shall we proceed tonight, my friends, or would you prefer to set camp here?
I think if we can get to town, how far do we think we are from town, Jim?
But the town's another 15 minutes away from the house. So
how far is that from where we are?
it's probably about another hour away.
I mean, I'd be tempted to say push on to Greenmill.
I would agree, but I'm still untrusting of Lord LaRue and his ilk.
Yeah,
I would
I'd rather go
avoid
there in
challenging.
daylight.
Yeah, precisely, Johan. Not to say that,
Wise,
not that I'm saying his wife is a vampire, but she might be very
she
well be a
might
vampire. So,
Wise course of action, my friends. Let's push on. The inn, unless some other halfling has taken it over, should be empty.
and I could do with another good night's rest because my night's rest wasn't particularly good last
we
night. And he
burn
stares
the inn
daggers
down?
at more dead.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did burn the inn
burn
down.
down. Yes, but there's a lovely family that I'm sure they'll put us up.
Can't we camp at the keep?
Well, we wanted
The
to
manor house.
avoid. We
Yeah,
wanted to
we-
avoid.
we don't
Warhammer
No, we don't want to go
Yeah.
at night time to the manor house.
just in case his wife is a vampire.
You mean because his wife is a vampire?
Potato, potato.
This is the world Jim has created. We don't trust anybody or anything other than the four of us.
Ever.
And even that's tenuous at best.
Pretty tenuous.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean, clearly Hagen's gone off his rocker, so
Jim, so that family, the ones where I dived through the window in an attempt
Yeah.
to rescue them, and then they put me up for the night that time.
Yep.
Ilmarin's just going to go eloquently knock on their door and ask them to
Okay.
put us up for the night.
Okay.
And be, all charming and elven-like.
Okay, that's the Hairy Fluff family.
Yes, it was.
Okay. So, young Mrs. Mary Hairy Fluff, she sort of lets you in, offers you space on the floor, and she's got a bit of a stew going, and she sort of dishes that up into 4 bowls. And are you all going there, or?
That was my plan, was to take all
Yeah,
of
if
these.
she'll have us.
Okay.
Sure, though I'd like to
Yeah.
check what the meat
Yeah.
is.
She gets 4 bowls, and then she goes and sort of goes to this keg, and she sort of taps, opens the tap on it, and she pours you a jug of ale as well. She puts that on the table and puts 4 small but perfectly formed cups on the table as well. She says, "Please, eat and make merry."
I thank you for your hospitality once again.
Okay.
Are there any tasks we can undertake to repay you for your kindness?
No, you've done enough for the town. Did you find out what had happened to the children that have been? We're lucky to still have ours, but
Unfortunately, we did find out what happened to them. They have passed from this realm of living. However, we took vengeance on the creature that had wronged you and your people. But unfortunately,
you hear a muffled laughter coming from one of the bags.
we kick it. All of us at the same time probably kick it. So unfortunately, the children, unfortunately, we couldn't save them. We did try. However, the problem will now abate, and will no further children be taken from this town.
And the grounds upon which they lay have been reconsecrated, so their spirits should be at rest.
Well, that's one thing, I suppose. But please sit, and I'll get some bread as well. And she goes and gets a loaf. You sit down at the table. They're quite small stools, so it's like going to a parents' evening. Sitting down on one of the.
I'm sure it's only a little bit too short for the dowry.
Oof! It's getting a bit aggro. The stew tastes very nice. It's some form of beef broth or something, or maybe it's lamb, but it's nice anyway.
Mistress Harry Fluff, is there a town elder or council that we could meet with in the morning so we can explain to them what has happened, so that the families who've been affected can be notified?
We don't have an elder. I don't mind communicating what's gone on to the rest of the families that are here. At least half of the town have had children taken from them. So
I'd be happy to meet with any of them to
yeah,
tell them of their family if they would wish it.
It might be a good idea.
Is there a way to summon the town for a meeting in the morning, obviously?
Well, you could go and knock on the doors. We sort of keep ourselves to ourselves. We're a very close town, but with the tavern being closed now, and that until we get things up and running again and people feel a bit safer. A lot of people have blockaded themselves inside the house and things. So with what's going on with the undead that comes down every night.
Well, we will leave it to your discretion then, and we will make ourselves available if they have questions.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Okay, so the food is good, and yeah, she gets some clean blankets and lays them down because Mordek's and Ilmarin's blankets are covered in something that looks very well. It looks like a snail trail up the bed.
Imran probably wouldn't even brought his in. He probably would have left them on like the carriage or the horses outside because it's just unusable.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, she offers to wash them for you, and she sort of looks at her. "Oh, how did you do this?"
Giant spiders.
Giant spiders. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I thought it was something else, but off she goes.
Some of it might be, and some of it might be giant spider.
Okay.
Ilmarin's jaws literally drop as he just looks in disgust at Mordek because there's just times when Mordek should just shut his mouth, and that would be one of them. And instead, Ilmarin.
I am the down and dirty Dowie Pitfire.
You see her grab part of the blanket, and she sort of tries to fold it, and it's a little bit too stiff.
Ilmarin feeling absolutely now this poor halfling lady has been way put out too much. He drops her, he hands her two silver shillings and thanks her for the extra service that she's providing in washing our sheets for us, and Ilmarin very much appreciates clean bed sheets and apologizes for the dwarf and his antics.
Thank you.
There's no words for you, Mordek.
I didn't realise that elves and dwarves did such things. I thought it was just a human thing. Anyway,
sorry, the elf was not involved in whatever's happened here.
Hey up. Yes, you were. You tried to put it in my beard.
By Sigmar. Just
he's talking about the spider.
We won't trouble you anymore.
I got this cut on my face.
Please excuse my friends.
Pointy bits.
Well, you're free to stay here tonight, but yeah, we'd like you to leave in the morning if that's okay. And she scuttles off around the back of the house to wash your dirty sheets.
Mordek.
I'm sorry.
I understand that a Dowie, live underground and maybe don't socialize as well as they should, but there are times when you should apply a filter. That's where you don't say something you shouldn't say to people. You understand what she now believes you and I have been up to.
I was talking about the spider.
That's not what she thinks you and I have been up to.
Perhaps you should all just stop talking right now before the lady of this house gets an even worse impression of us.
The halfling man of the couple, he's Hairy Fluff. He sort of like chuckles. He chuckles at the back. You digging yourself a bigger hole there, Mr. Elf. It's all right. Us halflings, especially the Hairy Fluff halflings. Yeah, we keep ourselves to ourselves. We don't judge anybody. Whatever you do in your own time is your own.
I appreciate the open-mindedness.
I'm trying to put it in a Dowie beard.
And at that point, Ilmarin just sits down and gets his loot out because he's done with this conversation. He just every now and again he like looks over at Mordek and just shakes his head at him. Like,
Harry's got that glint in his eye.
You play a song about Dwarven rock. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, how did I end up with these people?
Yeah.
Hey, I followed you from university. So.
you all get to sleep. Hey, Hagen, you drift off to sleep rather comfortably. You feel safe and secure, and all night you dream of a great wolf that's following you. Johan, you struggle to get to sleep with the pictures in your mind that Mordek and Elmira have planted there that you can't seem to get rid of. And it's a cross between giggling and feeling a little bit ill about it. But yeah, you all eventually drift off. And then you awake as a cockerel crows in the morning as it's being strangled. No. And you can smell nice food as the Mary Hairy Fluff. She has done you some cheese bread. And yeah, and she says, here you go, my gentle friends. Your blankets are slightly damp, but they're washed.
I cannot thank you enough for the help and service you've provided to us and hospitality.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're welcome anytime.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Much appreciated, I'll say, taking breakfast.
Aye, lads, you're welcome anytime. You know, me, Harry, I'll say, you know, whatever you want. Yeah, you come to here and you're welcome anytime. Ham Hill, you know, is grateful to you and your mates and yeah, and your partner. You know, it's you know a good thing, and you know we really appreciate it. You know, so you know Harry and Mary, Harry Fluff, we speak for the whole town when we say thank you.
Elmarin, sensing Mordek's glee, is going to put his arm around Mordek and go, "We really appreciate your openness, and we really appreciate the hospitality that you have shown us." It's basically trying to make Mordek feel really uncomfortable now about the situation, because now there's an elf hugging him, and that's not somewhere a Dowie would ever want to be.
That worked.
Elmarin's
Johan
like,
taking a mental picture, drawing this one later.
So suddenly the prank turns bad in Mordek's head as he's being cuddled by the elf.
That's fine. I haven't cleaned my beard.
Okay.
That's fine. Elmarin doesn't care because he knows you do not feel comfortable right now. I mean, last episode,
yeah.
I managed to convince Hagen that he is attracted to me. Now I'm just working on Mordek, you know. Mordek's your hand.
Mordek
It's a pistol.
It's fair to say that Mordek did work up a sweat in the shrine, and
oh yeah, my arm
the
stinks.
staleness of such sweated water.
I didn't bath.
Yeah, it is a thing to behold.
Elmarin's choking back the bile as he's trying to make Mordek feel more uncomfortable by staying close to him.
It's a journey for your nose to take.
Needless to say, Hagen is already outside because he has no interest in the smell or the actions going on behind him.
Yeah, Johan will probably be somewhere shaving.
Yeah, and Elmarin will once again thank for hospitality and
We'll go.
we'll go.
Going.
Got to make sure his moustache looks immaculate.
Okay. You all finish your bits and bobs in the morning, and you're ready to move it on out. You see Mary Airy Fluff going round the town and knocking on doors, and she goes in, and then literally 10 minutes later she'll come out. You can hear some weeping and some wailing going on throughout the town.
Johan, did you say there was a smithy here in town or not?
Yes, there is one. It's over there, and I'll point to where it was.
So Hagen would go to the smiths to see if the smith was there. I mean, the last I remembered, he wasn't even there, was he?
He wasn't. No.
So
he was.
No,
he was.
Okay.
Yeah, because he helped. Our dear friend make his bullets.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how high I make the stat, I just can't pass.
So
Oh,
he's there, and he's hammering his anvil as you do.
Pardon
No
me,
metal on
Master
it, just
Smith.
the anvil.
Yeah, he's just sort of warming himself up. Hello there. Can I help you?
I am hoping to purchase a great axe.
Well, I've got some axes. I don't know how good they are. I wouldn't say they're great, but they're yeah.
When I
they're
say
all right.
when I say great axe, I mean an axe designed for combat, usually a crescent moon blade, about two-handed with a 6-foot reach.
Ooh, okay.
If it's all right if you don't have such a thing, I was just thought I would check here first.
Let me have a look in my storeroom. And he disappears into like a shed. Okay. He comes out dragging what looks like it's a very dirty, it's got webs all over it and dust, and it needs a good clean. But it's a two-handed axe.
Is the blade sound, Master Smith?
Yeah, it looks it, but it isn't crescent moon. It's got one big blade on the front of it, and then on the back of it, it goes into like a point but it's like a bladed point.
That would be fine, as long as you are confident that it is sound of structure. What would you ask for it?
He knocks it on the thing. Oh, well, obviously it's a family heirloom, so it means a lot to me. This axe.
I can see that. Yes.
Yeah. Now I would say. I mean, obviously we've got kids to feed, and well, a lot of the village haven't got kids to feed, but we still have. Shall we say 20 shillings?
20 shillings. I believe. Here, in fact, he hands 2 gold pieces over to him and says, this for your trouble for finding it for me. I appreciate greatly your time, Master Smith.
I've got some more axes in the back if you want one, like a one-handed one.
Now this is the weapon of my faith, and it will do me fine. I will take the time to clean it and sharpen it myself if you would allow me some space here in your shop.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just going to go and get myself a brew. Put my feet up a bit. You do what you need to.
Thank you, kind sir. So then Hagen would just clean the axe, check its soundness, sharpen the blade.
Yeah, it has got quite a sharp blade to it. Actually, it seems to be a very well made axe.
Excellent. And then he will go back and look for Johann and Elmarin and Mordek so we can head up and talk to the Lord LaRue.
Okay.
I'll put on my swanky clothes.
It's about dinner time by the time you've finished sorting your axe out and everything, and you travel on up to the manor house. You're met by 2 guards at the gate who recognise you. You have returned.
Aye, we were successful in our mission.
Lord LaRue will be very pleased to see you. He is holding a banquet today for a distinguished visitor and a contingent.
Who's the visitor?
It's a she-elf, or
Are there any banners up anywhere?
Yeah, you notice a couple of banners that look like they're from your homeland.
Okay. No elven writing or anything on them that I can discern.
No, nothing. You know, yeah, they seem, yeah.
It's not the elven person who disappeared from that place we were at a long time ago.
Which
And,
one?
I
mean,
Uber's
we've-
right?
The
You've
one in
not seen it yet.
Middenheim?
Ubersreich, I think it was Ubersreich.
Yeah.
There was an elf lady there, wasn't there, that suddenly went missing. It was the elf lady whose husband we found, and we believe she was part of the Ebon Blade. I'm just making sure it's not her banner.
Memory.
One of the banners that has got like an old tree on it. There is a black sash across the bottom of it.
Kind of play to a Morin. Aren't elves with black bad?
I mean, is that not the black sash that we had to deal with in Edenland, Middenheim, for the Ebon Blade?
You tell me, I'm no expert on elven heraldry.
Well, we don't generally have that in our heraldry, so
Remember, gentlemen, to hand your weapons in before you enter the house.
Of course. And Hagen at this point hands the great axe over. And
As
his faith
will-
is
As will I.
yeah, Ilmarin reluctantly hands us in because he feels like we're walking into a trap yet again.
and his new holy symbol is prominently displayed outside of his tunic and armor. I'm armed with what I need.
Okay. You head through the corridor towards the great hall at the back, and as you enter, one of the guards steps forward and calls her name. Entering is the group from Green Mill, and he sort of shows you to 4 seats, and you notice that Lord LaRue and his beautiful but pale wife next to him, Lady Valerie, and down at the other end of the table is quite a she is almost perfection. This elf, she has golden hair. Yeah, literally, she. If you could, make the perfect elf, she's as close to it as you would get. She's dressed in very expensive looking clothes, and there are 2 male elves who sit either side of her, and then there's about 4 lady elves who look like servants. Their clothing isn't as good, but yeah, they look like that they look after her. Behind Lord LaRue is some of his guards, and you notice that 3 of the bounty hunter types are also sat at the table. Gentlemen, sit down.
Thank you, my lord.
Ilmarin does turn to the others and go, "Were we planning on staying? I thought we were just kind of dropping off the head and getting on our way."
Well, under the circumstances, I think it's best if we stay for the banquet so we can discuss this with him in private.
Unless we become the banquet.
Ulrich will guide us through this. I have no doubt.
Yeah. Okay. And Ilmarin sits down with all the airs and graces because I have etiquette nobles. So I will absolutely use that talent today. And I will be putting on my fine and most noble appearance.
So a number of servants come in, all carrying big silver platters with meats on, and breads and cheeses and sort of stuff. They're sort of put about the table. Everybody tucks in and starts eating.
Ilmarin avoids any meat and sticks to the veg and thing, and the salads and the fruits.
Everybody partaking?
Hagen would.
Johan?
He'll be nibbling, but he had quite a big breakfast, so he won't be eating much.
See how I destroyed Johan in the very first episode. Yeah, he can never eat meat again in any of his characters in any system now. Yeah,
As long as Jim's present.
yeah, yeah. It's good food, really nice food. Those of you that partake of meat, it's some of the best cooked meat you've had. It's flavoured, it's nice. Yes, so I have requested leave from the Chevaliers. I intend to stay here and offer defence to the realm. Besides, there is something happening that obviously, did you find the source of the undead?
Or at least we found one source of the undead. A hag.
A hag.
A three-headed halfling hag. Never have I heard such of a thing, but she had been polluting the shrine of Ulrich from the lands of the dead. We were able to vanquish her thanks to Johann's quick thinking and Ilmarin's skill, and reconsecrate the shrine. But that she was the source of the missing halflings, and unfortunately they were all dead.
It is a shame, but you have dealt with this hag, yes?
We have destroyed her body. She still has one living head in the sack that
on the table.
We've brought it.
What's on the table? Donk.
If you wouldn't mind, you rude and uncouth dwarf, could you take that off the table, please?
I'll say in Bretonnian, pardon him, he does not know better.
It talks.
Filthy bearded fool.
We've returned it because we believe that perhaps it can be interrogated for more information that may assist you and us in our quest to cleanse this area of evil.
And hopefully you know of a way to destroy it, because we were unable to.
It suffered greatly under the touch of the symbol of Ulrich.
I know nothing of these sources. I suggest you maybe take it with you and find an elder or who could deal with this. I have no magics.
What of your lady wife? I believe you said she was touched by chaos.
When
we last met.
I did not say she was tainted by chaos, did I?
No, not tainted. You said touched. I assumed you meant she was a sorceress of some level.
Well, I'm just interested in what you are saying, Master Elf.
No, is your wife a sorcerer, yes or no?
She does dabble, but she does not deal with such things as this.
Well, that's what I was trying to inquire as, of whether she would have the skill.
Seems to me like you were making an accusation.
Oh, for the love of all the Cadai. No accusation was made. I was just simply asking, as your wife has knowledge of magic and the occult, she might have had knowledge on how to dispel and destroy this creature. If she does not, there is no harm.
Okay. Well,
my lord, you mentioned. I say. You be mentioning earlier that you were taking a break from the Chevaliers, and you were gonna rule here.
Not rule. I'll use this as a base. No.
Okay.
Is his wife present at the moment?
Yes, she's sitting there.
Yeah. I just be wondering what will happen if the Empire want it back.
Then I am just a tenant. If they wish to take it, I am happy. But my main concern is a build-up of forces the other side of the border.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but we have noticed very many things of late, and the undead was one, but there seems to be an ever increasing presence of chaos within this land, which is very unusual.
I say, it is a bit odd, isn't it? And I do be
Indeed.
wondering where all the witch hunters be at, because surely this is their job.
Yes, but the moot sort of keeps itself to itself, would you say?
It'd be my first time here.
It seems that there are, I wouldn't say armies, but there are a number of groups, maybe 4, representing each of the taints. They seem to be coming together to do something. We're not sure. We ran into some beastmen yesterday and dispatched them, but they spoke of their master, one called Gorgoth. And of course, there is some form of taint in the moot itself. The rot of the Nurgle, the rot of Nurgle, I believe you call it. It has taken many within the moot. And yes, Zinch seems to be ever present. My good lady says that she has felt his presence many times within this land, especially over the, recent weeks.
For a human, you're awfully comfortable speaking the name of the Chaos Gods.
I live and I die.
Well, don't we all?
Indeed. What is there to be scared of? If they come for me, they come for me. I will fight, and I will either win or I will lose, and I will die.
Must be a Bretonian thing.
My side, and she will look after me. We either go down together or we survive together.
My lord, were you successful in your task?
There is a build-up. I've left some men there to keep an eye. I'm not sure what is going on, but like I said, there is something happening. Maybe coming together. I've sent a message to my elders to see if they have heard such thing before. They normally steer clear, and mind you, we have not spotted or dealt with or even heard of any missive from the pleasure god.
Well, we
just at the mention that, like, Ilmarin shivers, and I imagine the elf at the end of the table probably gives a slight uncomfortable.
Yeah, she moves in a chair. It's just so I've reached out before you came. Actually, I've reached out. I bumped into this lady a while back, and I invited her to my house. That I am only a visitor in, as you rightly suggested. I am not willing to fight the Empire. I'm not the enemy of the Empire. I just do as my masters ask me to do. Yes, the lady Aliagana. She hunts, and her group, they hunt chaos down and push for its fall. And she has offered to aid us.
Isn't that the Black Ebon Blade? That's interesting, because that's most unusual for elves. of any description. So may I ask where you're from, Lady Alia?
I've spent most of my time within the Empire, and I've spent a bit of time in Britonia as well. Most of my years, my younger years were spent in Britonia, and I've travelled back there many a times. But there is a taint, and it's coming, and something bad is going to happen. Whether they're all coming together to choose a leader or whatever, there is a massive issue with this, and we need to stand together and to break this before it happens.
Forgive my bluntness, Lady Alia. I've never seen you before, and the elves of Avwan are few in these lands, and certainly when they pass around the old world, they at least find their way into my father's court at least once or twice in Altdorf.
I stay away from cities. I have no faith in such places. Me and my kin, we travel from place to place. Our only goal is to stand in the way of chaos, whatever shape it takes.
So are you elves of the Asray? Do you hail from the woodlands?
My parents came from there, but like I said, I was brought up within Britonia and the Empire in between. I travel. I have lived many years, seen many things, but this that's coming is a worry.
I noticed your banner outside had a black sash upon it.
Indeed.
What does this represent?
It represents the darkness that is coming.
And while he's talking and like looking around, he's trying to see if there's any sort of like amulets or anything like that we previously have seen upon members of the Ebon Blade.
No, there doesn't seem to be.
Why don't we like the Ebon Blade again?
Because they're
They're chaos worshippers and tried to kill everyone in.
No,
Oh,
they're
they
not
weren't
chaos.
worshippers.
They're anti-chaos, but they were
But
willing
they were
to kill
also
everybody.
trying to kill all the humans to get
Shoot,
rid of
they were-
chaos.
they
Can
were
I
part
tell
of
if she's
the-
lying? Can I do an intuition to see if she's lying?
Go for it.
Oh, for crying out loud, my dice rolling. I'm going to use my fortune point on that because I'm having a bad night with dice rolls. My intuition's actually not bad either. Oh, for crying out loud. Never mind. I think she's telling the truth.
I was just going to ask her, hey up, my lady. Be you one of them? What are they? I say them ebony blade type elves that like going around killing chaos.
The Ebon Blade, you say? They are. Are they not a human group?
Oh,
They are not.
no, we have only encountered elves as part of this organization.
They speak the truth, Lady Alia. It would appear
Well,
that
we have encountered humans, but they were led by elves.
yeah, simply serpents.
No, simply a cult, as far as I know.
Yes, but you can understand the question because they bear a black sash, very similar to the one you bear on your banner.
They wish to join with what they can't. So yes, it's a typical human thing.
But they're not human; they're elves.
But they're elves.
So it would seem unusual for elven behavior in such a way.
Mm.
But we only ask because we've had some run-ins and would hate for you to suddenly try to
Any
kill
of them
us.
wearing black? Our character, any of them wearing black? No.
Dark green.
I say, it just be that my elven colleague here be saying that any elves that have black are normally bad guys, and with the black sash and all, I was just a little bit suspicious.
Omar puts his hands and it literally goes. Oh.
I'm interested to know what you mean by bad.
No, Lady Alia, I try to describe to my friends here, unfortunately, they're not quite so learned, about the Druki the evil side of our people.
Yes, that be the ones, the
Yes.
murdery, stabby ones.
Yes, the murdery, stabby ones. Yes, if we want to
Okay.
boil it down to such a level. Anyway, laddie, I was trying to explain to them that they obviously favour darker colours when they go abroad and so on and so forth. And of course, what they took from that is that elves who dress in black are evil. You can't help humans or dwarfs; they're not quite as advanced as the rest of us. So no, my apologies. He doesn't mean it that you're evil because you have a black sash.
No, not at all.
I'd never be saying anyone was evil. If
Well-
the lady wants to go killing chaos, I ain't be having a problem with that.
So I forget your name, Master Elf.
I am Umarin of Yvresh, my lady.
Murray. I think what you all need to realise that in a time of darkness, we all need the same end. And if we don't act towards that end, then we face hell on earth.
Well, Lady Alia, you are looking at expert chaos hunters. I would like to say that we have put down chaos in multiple forms. In Meadland, my friends here and I, we stopped not only the Ebb and Blade, but a chaos incursion. And then just here, where we've been in the Mootlands, we dispatched with Nurgle. We've bested Zinch.
A blood god shrine, I believe.
Yes, and that too. So we've certainly dealt with our
And
fair share of chaos.
where is it you hail from?
Myself?
Tell me of your recent travels.
Well, I am, as I said, Ilmarin of Yvres. My family hail from Yvres, and my father is the diplomat to the old world and to the empire on behalf of Othron, our elven people. And I travelled with Johan. I met him in his university when he was studying, and he convinced me to travel the old world with him. Sometimes I regret that decision.
Regret you
As do
regretting
we
that
all.
decision.
And when did you fight this Ebb and Blade?
Many times.
Ubersreich,
We've-
in between Ubersreich and Middenheim, and then Middenheim,
Can I ask why?
because they tried to murder us repeatedly.
And murder somebody who was in our charge.
But they fight for the end of chaos, yes?
And the end of humanity.
Yes. Their methods were, while their message, be it a good one of the destruction of chaos, their methods to achieve it in itself risked chaos.
The destruction of Middenheim.
They sought to bring down the Church of Ulrich in Middenheim, to resurrect Arthur and lead their combined forces against humanity, seeing us as
So you are indeed qualified fighters.
we've faced many adversaries in our travels. And tomorrow we will be leaving for the Black Mud Bog on the original mission that our Ulrich sent us to the Moot to persecute.
That is the bog close to Green Mill, yes?
Is correct, Lady Arya? You
That
know
is
your
our
moot.
understanding, yes.
If I can get to him, would you be willing to meet with my my lord,
Whom is your lord?
Lord Mulgore?
Do I know that name at all? Has it ever cropped up in any elven missives, or my father, family ever mentioned that at all?
Make me a. Have you got a law skill or?
I have several law skills. I have law magic. I have law politics. I feel like that is the one I want to use right now.
Yep.
Okay, just bear with me. Hey, I finally passed the roll tonight.
Okay, you've heard of the name Mulgore before. He was an ancient elf that died fighting chaos. It was before the kin broke.
Before Kinshrev.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Lady Alia, if my memory serves me well, Lord Morgor, he died in the war against Chaos before even the kin strife.
oh, you silly boy! He's not, it's not that Mulcair. He's not. He wouldn't be alive now, would he?
Well, elves live for a very long time, as you know, Lady Alia. So, anything is possible. But my history knowledge says to me that he is dead. And I'm not aware of another elf in these lands who bears his name.
We are indeed making making plans to stop this coming together of the chaos contingent. So would you be, if we could meet you in Greenmill?
Well, recent intelligence says to us that our original mission we were set upon was essentially to remove this taint of chaos. And I believe our most recent piece of intelligence suggests that the man we were sent here to look for is potentially behind this. Have you ever heard of a wizard called Faust?
He is the wizard that went missing yet. We believe he has been taken by followers of the Lord of Change.
Well, the talking head in the bag suggested that he was actually behind a lot of this. Now, obviously, we take that with a pinch of salt, human saying. But of course, we can't ignore the fact that he could potentially be involved. But our task has been to gain entry to that tower and trying to track him down.
Okay, well, maybe that we can help you in that.
I'm sure we'll be more than happy to have more experienced eyes and hands on the task.
Would you? We will send a pigeon to my lord and his contingent. Would you mind if we travel back with you?
Not at all.
It would be an honour to travel with kin that I have never met before.
Likewise, my conversations of late have been somewhat lower than what I'm used to.
Yes.
We do travel with a dowry, so I will already apologise for the smell. But other than that, Mordek is a solid and noble friend of the elves. Don't show me up.
Yes. Well, our people say that they were part of the reason that we have chaos in this land now.
My Lady Alia, if you remember our history,
beer mug goes crashing down on the table.
Imari quickly tries to.
Hagen puts a hand on Mordek's
Lady
forearm.
Alia, you will remember that before the time of war with the dwarfs, that actually our histories were once intertwined, and we once stood side by side with the Dowie against the forces of chaos, even before men existed in the world, or they were nothing more than
She just keeps her eyes on Mordek, digging in places that they shouldn't dig.
And Lady Alia, the elves are not so innocent of such things also. So Dowie, maybe I will not speak for all of them, but this Dowie, as a staunch ally and has stood against the forces of chaos at my side, and I would call him friend.
Tell me, bearded one, do you go poking in holes where you don't belong?
I whispered to Hagen. I heard a rumour.
Even Ilmarin actually chokes back a little bit of laughter there, because obviously everything
I didn't mean it in that way. Digging in holes, causing.
I go where I want, when
fight.
I want, and there's not a damn thing you could do about it.
Oh, there's plenty I could do about it, you bearded fool.
Who are you calling a fool?
Lady Alia,
No,
please.
she started it.
No,
it's not my fault.
Mordek, I understand. Lady Alia, please. The
Throwing
Dowie
around like a child. Yes, what did you say, Amarin?
Sorry, the Dowie are a sensitive people. and
Children.
they're stubborn. And I think this is, what you're saying now and the way you're acting is the way elves have acted towards the Dowie for far too long, and potentially led to the very strife we had with them oh so long ago. But
tell me, what is this bearded? What is the one with the beard brought to you?
his name is Mordek, Lady Alia, and I would like you to use it, please. Mordek has stood by my side on more occasions than I care to admit, and we have both staunchly stood against the followers of chaos. And there has been many times where our blade and axe have fallen upon the enemy together. And while it pains me to sometimes say it, I do count him amongst my truest of friends. And I would ask that, as a fellow elf, you trust in my judgment of this Dowie.
Lady, just yesterday, these two warriors faced off, blade and axe, against a giant flesh golem so that we might cleanse a shrine of Ulrich and free the spirits of the halflings from this village. They are both true warriors and true friends.
Maybe. But we will.
Mordek staring daggers.
Ilmari's not looking at Mordek, but he can feel it. You can always feel the heat coming off of Mordek. He's like,
Yes. Well, we have seen his brothers beyond the ground. They're secret. That doesn't exist. Yes, we have seen it. You are not so clear. Only elven blood runs clean.
I'm not sure I would agree with that. We've fought enough elves that side with the ruinous powers.
Have they been
And
marked?
that cane thing.
They've been marked only once the bullet goes into them.
Hagen turns to Lord LaRue and he says, "My lord,
Change
we
the
appreciate-
subject.
we appreciate your hospitality tonight. We've given you our report. We're going to retire back to the village and prepare for our journey tomorrow. We wish you well in your journeys, and we will report back what we find after we return from the bog."
Okay. So, do you mind us traveling with you?
You are welcome to travel with us, my lady,
Thank
as
you.
Ilmarin has said.
Don't worry, we won't prod the dwarf anymore.
Lady Alia, I will once again implore that you use his name. His name is Mordek, and he is a proud member of the Dowie people.
And I understand yours, but you have to understand where I come from as well. I have seen many things, and I'm not casting doubt on your friend. He's your friend, and for that, we will call it as it is. But his name is your name, and you know that is that. But I have seen too many things to trust. Yeah,
So be it.
I'm not going into it anymore.
Understood, Lady Alia. Then I will propose that if you do not wish to use his name, then it's probably best that you two do not communicate with one another, so as to avoid a diplomatic incident, of course. You understand?
Yes.
With
Then-
that, my Lord LaRue, I would beg our leave from you so we may prepare for tomorrow.
Indeed. You are very welcome to come again. It has been a pleasure. And he walks down the side of the table. His wife follows him down.
Moran's watching the wife very closely.
Yeah, particularly around the kind of mouth region, maybe particular teeth.
He reaches out and he shakes all your hands.
Does he actually shake Moran's hand? Because I got accused of starting and murdering a load of people. So
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
okay, fair enough. Moran shakes his hand back. Moran's never one to start a diplomatic incident.
His wife curtsies towards you all and keeps her eyes on you as she.
Very polite.
Ilmarin bows but actually the part of his bow is actually just to get closer to her to see, just like secretly eyeballing her with his very keen.
It's the custom where we come from to show each other our teeth.
Lech.
Hagen nods and just says, "Ulrich's blessings upon you and your household, my lord." And then he withdraws because he does not want to get in an argument with any of these people tonight.
Yeah. Ilmarin bows again and says, "May the Kadai watch over you," and takes his leave.
I'll toast with my nice goblet. Good health to you, and down it and walk off.
The Dowie will just down his drink and not say anything and walk off. Fuck him.
Uncouth swine.
I was being nice.
Okay, so the lady and her retinue follow you out. They go to the side of the house, and there is a what would you call it?
Pavilion.
No,
Monkey. A tent.
a coach. It's a coach
Wagon.
Yeah, quite a nice, but it's painted black with gold trim. Yeah, very nice looking coach.
Oh, they're so evil.
When we come out, do we see this coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at it and then look straight at Ilmarin with that look of.
Mm-hmm. Ilmarin's going to, "Oh, my lady, your coach is beautiful. May I take a closer look?"
Yeah, of course.
And then Ilmarin's looking for the back left-hand flank of the coach, because that's the area we damaged on that really fancy black coach that left me in line.
Oh, you mean the one I shot?
Yeah. Ilmarin's looking for any damage that might be on that back left-hand flank.
No, it's in pristine condition.
Yeah. Yes, my lady is beautifully and well appointed. It does no justice, however, to your beauty. And he kisses her on the hand. He's flirting a little bit because you said she's the perfect elf. So Ilmarin's flirting a little bit.
Maybe, Ilmarin, you wish to travel in my coach on the way down?
My lady.
Yes, he does.
My lady, I will definitely take you up on that offer. But for tonight, I will travel with my friends to prepare ourselves ready for the journey. But perhaps you and I could spend some time on the journey together.
Indeed.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Or whatever the Empire version of that is.
And Ilmarin gives almost
try role playing being in love with this face. Yes.
Hey, Jim. And Ilmarin gives an over the top elven flourish and begs her pardon and takes his leave of her.
She's sort of
cheating on you,
not giggles, but she.
Because I have the attractive trait as well, so maybe she does find me a little bit. Maybe she finds me a little bit attractive.
Yeah, well, it's L'Oreal because you're worth it. Yeah, so
it is after I cleaned it out from all the spider goo.
Yeah. Yeah, so they follow you down to the village in this coach.
I believe we now have a preparation montage.
Yeah. Hagen would see to the horses, the tack, and everything before we leave in the morning.
Johan will smoke his pipe.
Ilmarin will play his lute.
Oh, yeah, I got him. Yeah.
No, I'm not Ilmarin or Mordek.
Dear, oh dear, it's one of them nights. Yeah, so
I mean, Mordek's probably feeling a bit grossed out about all of the nice things Ilmarin just said about him. To be fair, Ilmarin was probably just a bit over the top nice about Mordek. In fact, Ilmarin feels a little bit sick about how nice.
These other elves followed us.
Yeah,
they're coming with us.
They're so blatantly evil.
Johan, we don't know this for certain.
We
should not make assumptions.
I mean, they're wearing black, and you said
that's not what I said. I tried to explain to you the darker side of our society.
I mean, they're literally in a black coat.
Yes, and you've got people who wear long brim caps, wear brown coats, and nail your hands to a chair just for having a chat.
Yes, we should not judge.
You are a bit dodgy.
We should judge by their actions, not their
Yes.
appearance.
They have not had any ill intent towards us as of yet.
If they choose to face off against us, by axe and blade and spell, we will handle it as we always have.
Yes.
Extreme violence.
Hey, it'd be working for us so far.
I mean,
By
I
el-
can't argue. It has worked
Still
so
be
far.
breathing.
Ulrich's will has seen us through all of our battles, and he shall continue to guide us on our path.
I must say, I agree with Hagen. There must be somebody or many bodies watching over us, for we have ridden our luck until this point.
Johan, I'll make the sign of the hammer.
May it be your gods or mine, or maybe even the dwarven ancestors.
Hopefully all of them.
But we certainly need their guidance and their support.
Especially
Well-
with this dodgy lot, I'll say, nodding over towards the elves.
Elmarin, we've spoken to someone. They've opened up the tavern. My servant
We
have,
burnt
sort
it down.
have put together a meal. Would you like to come and partake in it?
Of course, my lady. In fact, it would be nice to eat some elven delicacies.
Absolutely. You must, it must torture you, traveling so far away from your norm and your values.
It's been enlightening, I think.
And it's good. It's good to spend time with your own, away from corrupting influences.
Yes, my lady. Absolutely. I'll see you guys later. Don't wait up for me.
Okay, you go into the tavern and it's.
We burnt it down.
Oh, you did, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
did burn it
tavern's
down.
a
I'm assuming
smouldering ruin.
they've probably made a temporary tavern in
Yeah,
one of the empty houses.
There is a temporary tavern. I do apologise. I forgot all about that. Oh, yeah, there's like a big. So it's the old sort of meeting shed, sort of a tithe barn sort of thing. And they've got some barrels in there. They've got tables and things. And there's a couple of tables pushed together, and there's lots of elven delicacies on the table.
I obviously.
There is no one else in here apart from you, her, and her servants. The two guards, they just guard the door.
Elmarin pulls the chair out for the lady, and then obviously.
So, how long have you travelled with these fellows?
It varies. I've known Johan for quite some time. I met him while he was doing his university, I believe they call it, learning to be an engineer in Altdorf. And his friend, Hagen, who's a fine knight and a fine warrior, was sworn to, serve and protect. And then the Dowie kind of just joined us at some point. And we've been traveling together ever since. It's been quite some time now. At least a few seasons have passed. And we've traveled a lot of the Empire and seen a lot of things together. In fact, some of the things we've come across and fought have made us closer, even though none of them would admit. They the humans and the dwarfs, they have an unusual sense of humor. Something I've learned and developed in my time in their company.
Well, like I said, I've sent message now to my Lord Mulgore, and he will send message to our Lord as well. So, maybe we can even get him to come down here and help.
I mean, the more help, the better, right? If we're trying to remove the taint of chaos from these lands. Though I must say, it is unusual. The elves don't usually get this deeply involved in the affairs of man.
It's the chaos that we're interested in.
Oh no, I appreciate that, but not since Teclis came to these isles and helped Magnus the Pious have we been so involved in the comings and goings, and of course in the taint of chaos itself.
You do realise that they all need to die, don't you?
Chaos?
No, the humans.
Sorry, my lady. I'm not sure I follow.
Well, it's, you know, I lay there dying, and my lord, he came and he took me, and he succored me, and he showed me things that, you know, and he taught me, and he made me see the true way, and that is, they did bring chaos here.
With the greatest respect, Lady Alia, if I again remember the histories of our people, chaos existed long before man existed.
Yes, and I have lived many long years, but my lord Maglith, he has lived longer and longer than any of us.
At the word of Maglith, Ilmarin springs back to his feet. You follow the Ebon Blade. You lied to me, your lady.
It is absolutely fate that has brought us together. You imagine me being down here in the moot, and the four. Well, I don't know where the fifth is. As he died, but I believe it was a she. But the four enemies of my lord turn up on my doorstep.
So what this is a trap to capture us, kill us, or...
Not at all. I'm not going to kill you.
Well, I'll tell you now, your ladyship, that many have tried, including Maglith and his followers, and they have failed to do so as of yet. Now, as a gentleman of our people, I will offer you this opportunity to surrender yourself. However...
You hear a clunk as the door shuts.
Ilmarin always end up in these situations. Ilmarin draws his blade.
And I will leave it there.
God, the witch hunters all over again.
I can't wait to tell Ilmarin.
So much deja vu. Yeah. That's coming big time.
I was trying not to do the thing where Jim has made us not trust anybody. And I'm trying to be like, Ilmarin would try to trust one of his own people.
Come on. Right, I've been really blatant this time. They're in a black town. Yeah. They talk about killing chaos. I've not hid it at all this time, have I? Yeah. Anyway, the dwarf.
Everyone else cottoned onto
it. You get your beds out. Harry Fluff, Mary Harry Fluff, and Harry Harry Fluff. They allow you to camp down in the house again.
I'll probably be outside smoking my pipe.
Yeah.
What was the safe word for us to come rushing in to rescue him?
He said, "Don't wait up."
Yeah.
I'm just wearing all my fancy clothes. I've got a fancy pipe, so I want to be seen.
We're just hoping that he yells really, really, really loud.
Yeah.
She does you some stew again and some nice ale. It is very nice ale. And the night seems to tick over.
Is there anyone else out and about in the night?
Yeah.
No.
Again, just still dapper.
You know, the town is very sort of low key, and a lot of the occupants, that they believe that the undead are still going to come back and attack them.
I don't blame him.
Hagen would be outside at least for a while with Johan because they haven't spent a lot of time together. You know, he's working on his axe. He's like, Johan, I'm fairly certain that our new traveling companions are up to no good, but I trust Ilmarin's judgment. I'm sure that...
Yeah, I'm not sure I do. I mean, he said, you know, he's using his pipe to gesture here for emphasis, that elves that wear black are bad, and those ones have got black stripes. Even Ilmarin looked a bit off when he saw that. And then you've got that wagon all in black, just like that one that we busted up in midnight.
I have no doubt.
They're going to betray us.
I have no doubt they're our enemy. I think that Ilmarin must be leading them into a false sense of security.
If we could,
I think he's just an idiot.
If we could just give props to Non-Anomaly on the on the Twitch. Don't worry about the screaming. It's just Ilmarin getting star, 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 star. Yeah. What word could we fit into there?
Literally. He's literally getting star, 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 star.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
And then
yeah, so
shoved.
outside it starts to rain again. The rain has not been about for a couple of days, but yeah, it's raining again now.
We'll just be standing under cover, putting the world to rights.
Okay.
With a
Mainly
beer.
about elves all wearing black are bad.
Do we see the
even
elf guards
Ilmarin is
outside?
starting to be believe this now.
There is 2 elves outside the door. Yeah.
So we're just.
Let's take
Hagen's just keeping his eyes on him, just in case. But
I'm not. I'm drinking.
Please sit down, Ilmarin. I'm not here to fight you. I'm not here to do anything to you. I'm not here to harm your friends. I'm here just talking to you.
You serve the Ebon Blade.
I don't
Maglyph,
serve
the
Ebon Blade.
reborn.
Like I said, the Ebon
elf.
Blade is a cult. I serve my Lord Maglyph.
It's his cult. So by extension, you serve the blade.
Yeah, they are
Even you
unbelievable.
can see the logic in that
Please.
chain.
Right, I'm offering you, conversation and that. I'm not here to harm you. I don't intend to harm you. You have my word on that. Yeah.
I'm afraid, my lady, your word stretches as far as the Dowie's beard in this
Look,
matter.
I have
Don't
given
bring me
you
into this.
no harm. If my lord has, then I can only apologise. But I am not here to harm you, nor have I been told to harm you. So I have not
with the
said.
greatest respect, your last sentence to me before you told me you served Maglyph was that all humans should die, and that does not align with my thoughts.
They need to learn what they have done. They should be punished. They brought it here.
Your Grace, not Your Grace. You're not a queen. Sorry, I'm losing myself in this moment.
Please,
Lady Alia,
Ilmarin, I am not armed. Please sit down.
Lady Alia, you should
Aliana.
remember Aliana. Apologies, my dwarf friend's called Mordek. Lady Aliana, you'll remember the time that it was elves who worshipped. There were Slanesh cults in our very midst, and that led to our kin strife.
Again, they were human rumors. They planted things into our heads. They're magics that we taught them. They corrupted them.
My lady, the kin strife was before humans had even learned to talk, let alone, it seems you have had your mind clouded, and it saddens me that you have such a view of a people. And though I will not quote and claim that all humans are good and worthy, there are some who are, and there are those who will fight against chaos and form a bulwark against them. You are the tainted one in this matter.
I'm not tainted. I just talk, of.
Now I have offered you this opportunity to surrender yourself. Will you surrender yourself and ask your guards to unarm themselves? You will return to Altdorf with me.
And I will talk of parley with you. Just sit down and we will. I will.
With the greatest respect, last time I was asked to sit down, I ended up with screws in my hand. So I shan't sit on this occasion.
I am unarmed.
I am offering you this opportunity to surrender yourself. You will return with me to Altdorf, where you will be taken before the elves, and they will judge you.
They will judge me for what?
For your service to Maglyph. My father is well aware of Maglyph and his dealings in these lands.
Like I say, you have tangled with Maglyph before, and you have come out to the side. It is.
Yes, I did so with the help of my friends. 2 humans and a Dowie. None of those are elves. They did not stand against Maglyph. So once again, I offer you the opportunity to surrender yourself and return to Altdorf, where you will be taken into custody by the elves, and they will deal with the situation. and I will trust their judgment in this matter. You haven't, as of yet, offered me any harm, and thus I would like to offer you the same in return.
But look, we stand on the precipice now of, if chaos allies with each other, then we are all in trouble.
And we will stand as we have always done. But we will not do so by surrendering the very things that make us better than the servants of chaos. You have forgotten what it means not only to be an elf, but to be a creature non-following of the chaos ways in these lands.
Okay. Well, I'm not here to argue with you, Amarin. I tell you my quest that I have offered no ill to anybody. I just say that the humans will answer for their crimes.
With the greatest respect, you did offer ill. You offered ill to all humans. You said they had to die.
Absolutely.
Last I checked, that was wishing ill upon someone. Though, of course, being a young elf, I may not understand the fullness of what you say, but I'm pretty sure when you say, we need to kill all humans, that's offering ill towards humans. And as I said, I stand in the company of two whom have stood at my side and have honored me with their friendship. And I would not betray that now. So the offer stands. Will you surrender yourself to me? Or am I to fetch my friends?
You talk of fetching. Why would you fetch your friends?
Because you have two armed guards outside, and however good I am, I cannot take on two armed guards.
The guards will not harm you. I'm not here to harm you.
Then why is the door shut?
Because it's raining.
Then I will have the door opened, and I walk towards the door to open the
door.
Blade in hand still, so the guards...
Okay, she grasps hold of a necklace that she has around her neck.
Oh, is that necklace?
Details.
Is the necklace black?
Is it blade shaped? Is it a flipping crystal?
Would you describe it as ebon?
I'm used to being the fastest person. I don't think that's going to be the case in a minute.
So you should have followed your own advice.
Mm.
Hey, look.
Just saying, you told us elves that wear black are bad.
That's not
And
what I
as soon
told
as you
you.
find
That's what you assumed from the whole conversation I gave you about Juki.
Well, there's simple
However,
folks.
I'm just
They have to
saying, we
boil
are
it
following
down.
a bit of a trend here.
Oh, that can't be
Oh, that
good.
doesn't look good.
Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't look good at all, does it?
Okay, she leaps towards you
Oh,
and sort of grasps hold of your arm.
can I dodge or move out of the way, or do I have anything I can do right now?
High-pitched scream of terror sounds reasonable.
Ha.
Okay. Make me a willpower roll
Ooh.
against them.
You've got a reroll, by the way.
I'm gonna fucking do it!
Oh, Jesus.
He's
My
got two
dice roll-
rerolls, actually.
My dice roll has been so bad tonight.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty good.
She
That's as
grabs
good as
hold
it
of your
gets.
arm and you feel slightly sleepy, but you snap yourself round.
I'm going to pull myself free from her if I can,
Okay.
and then reposition my blade between me and her.
Okay.
Got it.
However, my back is now to the door. To the door.
Hagen looks over at Johan through the rain. He's like, I bet Almaran's having a great time in there. He never gets to spend much time with his own people.
You watch. They'll be trying to convert him to chaos. You saw that black. Johan will just be going off on one about the black stripe again and the black caravan.
So, as you
Not
stand
paying
there
any heed to the guards.
and just sort of working out where you are, you have your sword towards the lady who probably is another sword length away from you now. You sort of look towards the door where there are two guards that are armed, and from out of the shadows on the far side come three elves with the bows all pointing at you, and we shall leave it there for tonight.
Oh, no.
Crikey.
I'm going to be really since I won't be here next week. I'm going to be really interested to see how the three of you get out of
Jesus
this.
Christ. Oh God, I'm in trouble. If Hagen's not here, I'm in big trouble.
Don't worry, I'll make a cup of tea in your honour.
So that will be probably, if Hagen's not here next week, it'll be next week and then the week after, and then that should be the end. So yeah, to all, thank you for watching us tonight.
Thank you, everyone.
We really appreciate it. As I said, we've probably got 2 more episodes to go now. Aaron's not with us next week, so that'll probably be the journey back to Green Mill for Mordek and Johan. So and then we'll push towards the end, and then we'll be playing some Age of Sigmar, I believe. Thank you for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Please join us on the Garblag Discord channels. Lots of good conversations on there. All sorts of things: food, aliens, Warhammer, and a bit more Warhammer as well. But yeah, really appreciate everybody watching. What's going on tomorrow night? Have we got anything on the Thursday night?
Not sure about Thursday British Standard Time, but I know Garblag North America, for those of you who want to stay up really late in Great Britain, or the rest of you who are here in the US, at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be returning to Achtung Cthulhu, where our group is working through the shadows of Atlantis, and we find ourselves wrapping up in Tibet and likely headed to India.
Nice.
And then Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. British Standard Time, we'll be back for some more Blades in the Dark, where our crew of assassins, the Red Ledgers, are getting ready to start their second score. And it looks like Jeff may be using some deep sea diving equipment to go into the black canals of Duskval for a little bit of underwater demolition action. So tune in for that, because it should result in his death.
Okay. Next week, what we've got going on? Obviously, we've got a bit of Warhammer on Wednesday. Anything on the Monday? Is Ben doing his City of Mists?
I think
So City of Mists on Monday at 9 o'clock British Summer Time.
Tuesday, do we have anything on Tuesday?
I believe that's Coriolis.
Cool. Very cool. Again, yeah, Wednesday Warhammer. I believe we've got some One Ring happening on week tomorrow. That'll be fun. Yeah. So I'll be playing as well. I believe I've been drafted in with my skills. So looking forward to it. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Please join us on the Discord channel. Thank you, my players. Thank you for Pete.
Thank you very much.
And closing us. And good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.